Hey everybody, welcome back to Rewind podcast with Matt and Allie.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Allie.
And today we are kicking off our October spooky movie review fest, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
We're going to do 5 movies that are Halloween related or scary.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Some thriller, horror, just really...
movies they might show during October to celebrate Halloween.
Yeah.
We've always had a good time with Halloween, going trick-or-treating and dressing up in costumes. It's always been a lot of fun for us. And who doesn't like to be a little scared every now and again?
Yeah.
So we will kick it off with a monster movie. Okay.
Yeah,
that monster movie is a real life monster called Jaws.
Shark. We've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
Shark!
Yeah, they're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Because Jaws is a great white shark, and they do exist. They do attack, and they are scary. And they are scary.
Yeah.
And this movie, really changed things.
Yeah.
It was considered to be the first of the summer blockbusters.
Okay.
It was the highest grossing movie of all time when it came out. It was like running for months and months and months. Everybody was seeing it. Everybody was scared to get into the water because of this movie. It really changed things, and it made Steven Spielberg an absolute star as a director, and it showed what he really could do.
Yeah, because he actually had a lot of trouble with the making of this movie, but it turned out to be a pretty well-made movie.
They had a lot of trouble with the shark in this movie, and the mechanical shark. I guess it was working fine when they tested it out in freshwater. But saltwater, they never tested it out until they actually filmed the movie, and I guess it was messing things up. And sometimes it would work, and sometimes it wouldn't.
Yeah.
And it was almost a blessing in disguise, because he wound up doing so much without the shark that, the way he, We'll get to that. We'll get to that deeper. We will kick it off. Oh, I want to say that we were so blessed to be able to see this.
We actually got to see it in theaters at the IMAX. It was a really cool experience with a big screen, and it, really added to like the thrill of the movie.
And this came out in 1975. I was like 1.5, 2 years old when it came out, so I never saw it in the theaters.
Oh, really?
I had only seen it on cable.
Okay,
on HBO.
That was my first time seeing it, so it was a pretty good time.
Yeah, it was my first time seeing it in theaters, so I was really excited to do it, and I'm so happy you came with me. I do remember as a kid watching this and being both simultaneously bored and scared.
I was
through the movie. I would be bored and then I'd be scared. I'd be bored and then I'd be scared because I was a kid.
Yeah.
As an adult, I don't feel that way. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to just jump to the grades?
Yeah, we should do our grades.
Okay, great.
All right. So I'm giving it a B-.
You're grounded. Sorry. You're not really grounded, but ouch. Go ahead. Tell us why you gave us a B-.
I felt like for a shark movie, it was very limited shark time, which I know they had technical difficulties, but really, this is a shark movie, and the shark was only on screen for I felt like less than 10 minutes,
It was actually around 5 minutes.
Wow.
So yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. I had some problems with some of the attacks, who got attacked. And in a lot of the second half of the movie with the search for the shark, I was bored. I couldn't understand one of the characters.
I can't imagine which one.
Yeah. Then the pacing was a little iffy for me. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think it's not for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it an A, not an A+. Much like Star Wars, I think this movie changed things. It really made a real impact on culture and on society and just on the movie business in general. It is definitely an A movie. Some people find it to be like their favorite movie. You know, I'm always referring to Charlie and the gang over at Rusted Junk, the movie podcast that I like the most, and this is his favorite movie of all time.
Really?
Yeah, and he's always complaining that his daughter won't watch it, or so she's like your age and she's like not into it. And I guess you weren't that into it either, but at least you watched the whole thing with me, and I appreciate that. I wouldn't call it my favorite movie of all time, not even in the top 20, honestly, but it is a great movie. I do have a few problems with it, and one of those problems is something I share with you. I do think there should have been more shark. Yeah, for sure. Not necessarily in the first 2 kills. I think those are very well done.
I think I liked the fact that we couldn't see the shark in like the first kill.
The first kill, especially because it was, and he does this again in Jurassic Park.
Right.
You don't actually see the monster.
Yeah, I like that aspect. I think it makes it really scary.
It makes it scarier.
But in the second half of the movie where they're searching for the shark, there should have been so much more shark. I felt like I was just seeing a barrel the whole time. You know
I agree.
What I'm saying?
I agree. But I didn't find it boring, though. I thought the interactions between the characters was fascinating and very entertaining. Of course, I didn't as a child, but as an adult, I really appreciate the acting chops of all 3 of those guys. They're all just great actors.
I was bored.
Well,
maybe it's because I'm younger. Maybe I'll appreciate it more when I'm your age.
All right. Well, speaking of the actors, you want to do casting call?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay. Casting call.
All
right. So we'll get to the casting call. As usual, I will use my phone, and I think we're going to keep this, because this is an old movie. We're going to keep this to the big 4, as I would call them, the main 3 guys and the wife. And we'll
really, a lot of these people, most of the movies you're not going to know. Yeah. Because like we said, this is an old movie, and they're not in it that much, not enough to be really.
Okay. So we'll start with Roy Scheider. And I'm just going to go ahead and run through the movies he was in. Most of them I don't know or haven't seen. The Curse of the Living Corpse, Paper Line, he's uncredited in that. Stiletto, Loving, Puzzle of a Downfall Child, Clute, The French Connection, that one I know. That stars Gene Hackman, and he plays NYPD detective Buddy Cloudy Russo. The French Conspiracy, The Outside Man, The 7-Ups, Sheila Levine is dead and living in New York. Boom, Jaws. Okay. And then after Jaws, he does Marathon Man, Sorcerer, Jaws 2, Last Embrace, All That Jazz, Still of the Night, Blue Thunder. That one I remember. 2010, never saw it, never cared to see it. Never saw 2001 either. I know most people are like, what? Oh, no. Yeah. And I love Kubrick. Kubrick's great, but those movies just look like an absolute bore. And so there you go. Maybe one day I'll watch it, but I just have no desire to see 2001 or 2010. They look absolutely boring. Anyway,
sorry if you like those movies.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like them, and so. Night Game, The Fourth War, The Russia House, Naked Lunch, Romeo is Bleeding, The Rage, The Peacekeepers, The Rainmaker, Better Living, The White Raven, Chain of Command, The Doorway, The Good War. This is going to be a real quick casting call, I think, because this is an old movie and these are old actors. Yeah. Robert Shaw, he's the one I'm sure you couldn't understand.
Yeah. But not a word, I swear.
I think he's great. I think he's a fantastic actor.
I don't even think he's a bad actor. I just what are you saying?
Because it's the voice he's using. He's using like that old fisherman voice, like New England fisherman voice.
I wish I would have had
that's like a real thing. And so he was really true to the character. He's a great actor. He's been working since the 50s. I'll just name a few of the things. I really only know him from other things that I've seen personally. I think it's called Robin and Marion. It's a Robin Hood movie from the 60s with Audrey Hepburn. Oh, I have it on DVD. Cool. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah. I love Robin Hood. I love all the Robin Hood movies. Yeah. And except for the last one.
You just showed me one.
They just tried to reboot it a few years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I haven't seen. I've only seen it when you showed me.
That's I showed you the Kevin Costner one. Yeah. That's fun. I came out when I was a senior in high school. That was a lot of fun. And then they rebooted it again in like the early 2010s with Russell Crowe. It didn't get a lot of love, and it didn't make enough money to keep going with them, but I thought it was really good.
I have to watch it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I was really hoping that they'd keep going with it, but So much for
Not
that.
enough.
Anyway, so yeah, he did Double Cross, A Hill in Korea, Sea Fury, Libel, The Valiant, The Father. He's a working actor. He did a lot of stuff. For Marshall with Love. Okay, that's a James Bond movie. I do, and
that's
I do
cool.
know that. I have seen it. I just don't remember he was in it. A Man for All Seasons, Custer of the West, Luther, The Birthday Party, Battle of Brain, The Royal Hunt of the Sun, A Town Called Bastard, A Reflection of Fear, The Hireling, The Sting. Okay, you know what? I did see The Sting, and I do remember him in it. Yeah,
Who's
good.
this? Like this thing? Is that based off a book?
He plays Doyle Lonigan. I don't know if it's based on a book or not, but it stars Robert Redford and Paul Newman. They were great actors. They were so much fun together. And they also did Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I know you've heard of that. Yeah. They were Butch and Sundance. Great actors. And The Sting is a fun movie.
You talk about them a lot, so you have to show me that movie.
For sure. We'll definitely do that one day. Okay. Well, no, we can't. That's not really in our that's like, it's in the 60s, so we're not going to do it.
60s?
Yeah, no, it's an old movie. Yeah, it definitely doesn't.
We kind of cut it off at like 75.
Yeah, we go like from 75 to 99. So
yeah.
I know my Aunt Marie wanted us to do, what's that movie? Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
When is that?
It's like 73 or
not
72.
Really
it's not. I might do it anyway because I love my Aunt Marie. She's my godmother and I adore her. And I might just do like a double.
A special.
Maybe I'll do like a double feature that week. We'll do like a couple 70s movies together.
Okay.
And we'll just include that.
All right.
So Aunt Marie, if you're listening and watching, we love you so much, and we will get to that eventually. Okay,
yeah,
just for you. Let's see. And I do know, I know of the movie. I've never seen it, but I did used to watch the TV sitcom called Alice, and that is loosely based on that movie.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, Swashbuckler. Oh, there we go. Robin and Marion. He's the sheriff of Nottingham in that movie, and it's a fun movie. Oh, I think Sean Connery plays Robin Hood, doesn't it?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Sean Connery is? He's the dad in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. He's Indy's dad.
Okay.
Yeah, you would know him. That he's also he was the first James Bond.
The only thing I would know him in.
He was the first James Bond.
I've never seen any of the James
really
Bond
cool.
movies.
He's really cool. Yeah, he's a great actor. Black Sunday, The Deep, and Force 10 from Navarone and Avalanche Express.
That was his last thing? When was that?
79.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he die or stop working?
He might have just stopped working. I know he was a bit of a drinker. He liked the booze. Yeah, he died in 78. So that's why. Yeah. I don't think it had to do with his drinking. It just had to do with his age. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't young in his movie.
No, he certainly wasn't. Richard Dreyfuss, he's still alive and kicking.
He's
good.
He's really good.
He's got a great filmography. We might take a little more time on this one because I know a lot more.
I actually
of his
very
movies.
much enjoyed his character. He was probably one of my favorites.
He's a great actor. He's just a really good actor. And so we need to list our performances by Richard Dreyfuss. There we go.
Performances. Was he like a stage actor as well?
Probably. He's a real good actor. See, film, television, theater. Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. So, Valley of the Dolls, know it. The Graduate, know it. Never saw either one, but I do know of them. The Young Runaways, Hello Down There.
Of this one, American Graffiti.
American Graffiti. We've talked about this on the.
We have.
Yeah, Harrison Ford was in it.
Harrison Ford.
And George Lucas directed it. It's like George Lucas's first.
That's why
it's his first real movie.
That's how George Lucas knew Harrison Ford.
Exactly.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, and I think
we talked about that last
Richard
week.
Dreyfuss has even a bigger part than Harrison Ford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's Dillinger. He plays Babyface Nelson. Oh, cool. The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz. Inserts, Jaws. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I heard of that.
Great movie. We'll get to it. Another Spielberg movie.
Okay. Is it like an alien movie?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a good flick. Yeah, we'll definitely watch it. The Big Fix. What?
Nowadays, people use flick to say photo. So I always get confused. Yeah. Like take a flick.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar
with
that.
I wasn't familiar that you use it as movies.
Okay.
I always get confused when you.
I'm always fascinated by your lingo, your slang.
I'm sure your parents didn't understand your slang either.
No, I didn't say it was nothing negative. I'm just fascinated by it. That's all. I'm not going to try to use it because I'm not going to be one of those guys who's trying to sound young because I'm not, and I don't really feel the need to.
But it's just funny how
nor am I going to shy away or be embarrassed by my own slang that I grew up with. I'll keep using it. I even like to use 60s slang, like groovy and far out, because I like those words. Anyway,
all right,
yeah,
you do you.
I will do me. Thank you. We The Big Fix, The Competition, Whose Life Is It Anyway, The Buddy System, Down and Out in Beverly Hills. That was a fun movie. Stand By Me.
Oh,
We
I
are
have to
definitely
watch
getting to
that
that.
one.
Next year that is on
On the list.
the docket for sure. Tin Men, Stakeout. No, thank you. Nuts, Moon Over Parador, Let It Ride, Always, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. I didn't know he was in that. Cool. Postcards from the Edge. We talked about that one. That's the one I said is.
We have?
Yeah, that's Carrie Fisher wrote the book that it's based on about her
Right.
life with her
Her
mother,
with her
Demi
mom.
Reynolds. Yeah. So he's in that. The American President. You never saw that. I hear good things. And Michael
Never
Douglas
heard of
stars
it.
as the president. I've just never seen it. It never interested me, but I do hear good things.
James and the Giant Peach. I've never
Another
seen that, but
Stakeout.
I've
They
heard
made a
it's good.
sequel to Stakeout. Good Lord. Okay. I can't. I've never seen the first one. I just never wanted to, and it looks dumb. So,
Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't judge it if I've never seen it.
Right.
The Crew, The Old Man Who Reads Love Stories, Poseidon. That was a good
I've never
flick.
seen that.
Yeah.
Not too much
Not
after
too much
that.
after. Nothing that
Like
I'm.
small roles.
Yeah,
and
small
like
roles.
Small
His
movies.
career kind of dwindled out a little bit. I mean, he's still working to this day, but it's
good.
nothing that is. Yeah, I'm not recognizing anything really.
No, me neither.
A lot of movies that I don't know at all. Into the Deep. Okay, that's coming out soon, I guess.
Is that
I don't know.
a
It
shark movie?
sounds like it. Yeah,
Right.
it is a shark. Oh,
Oh,
how
that's
about
so
that?
cool.
Another shark movie. The film received negative reviews from critics and grossed $51,000 at the box office. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, caramba. Okay, well, so much for that.
Can't win them all.
You can't win them all. But Richard Dreyfuss is a very good actor. I take
Yeah.
nothing away from his acting skills. And he's terrific in this, isn't he?
Yeah, he's real. Like I said, he's one of my favorite characters.
Is he your MVP?
He might be. I really liked his character. I think I liked him better than the sheriff. The sheriff made me mad.
Robert Shaw's my MVP. Even though you said you couldn't understand a word he said, I think he's
Listen,
fun.
he's an okay actor, but
He's
I can't.
phenomenal.
I
love
get
him in
the
this
accent.
movie.
Good job committing to the character.
Yeah,
But like,
you can't.
what are you
understand
like?
him. Yeah, I get it. I get it. And finally, we are going to do Lorraine Gary,
Who plays the sheriff's wife?
The sheriff's wife. She's very good in this. This
She
is
is.
her
She
first
doesn't have a
film
large role. She's really not in the second half of the movie at all. But
yeah,
she's good in like the first half. She's really good.
It's a real short filmography. This is her first film, Jaws.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she was really good.
She was in Car Wash in '76. I Never Promised You a Rose Garden in '77. 0 to 60 and Jaws 2 in '78.
Mm-hmm.
Just You and Me, Kid, and then the movie 1941 in '79. 1941 I actually have on DVD. It's another one of those movies like Hanover Street that I bought used at the pawn shop and still have not watched.
I've never watched it. You have so many.
Yeah, it's got a lot of great people in it. I think it's a Spielberg movie. Yeah, it's a war comedy
Spielberg.
film directed by Spielberg. And it stars Dan Aykroyd, Ned Beatty, John Belushi, John Kennedy, Christopher Lee, Tim. I can't believe I haven't.
I know a lot of those.
I can't believe I haven't watched this yet. Mickey Rourke. Oh yeah, we should. So anyway, it's like a World War II comedy, but yeah, well, we'll get to it.
Sure.
And then her last movie and her final film role was Jaws: The Revenge, which was the fourth Jaws movie and the final one. It is horrible.
Really?
So bad. Jaws 3 is pretty bad too, but it's kind of fun. It's like you can watch it and still like be entertained. It's one of those like so bad it's good. But Jaws 4 is just
Jaws
bad.
2 and 3. Is there more shark?
Yeah, so Jaws 2 is actually a pretty good movie. So Roy Scheider's back, and so is the wife. The other two guys aren't in it, I don't think. And I don't remember it that well, but I do remember it was a pretty good movie. And I do remember the end. I remember how he kills the shark. It's pretty cool. Okay. It's actually, I think it's cooler than how they kill him in this one too. Okay. Yeah, it's really neat. I like it a lot.
I liked how they killed him in this, and that was kind of
no, for sure.
Like
and then although they like they debunked it on MythBusters that it wouldn't really work, but screw them.
I don't care. It looks cool.
I don't care either. I like it a lot, but I actually like how they kill the shark in Jaws 2 even more. It's
yeah, that's why I'll watch it.
Really cool.
I'll watch it.
Okay, so but then Jaws 3 is like, it's in 3D. It was like very cheesy. It's very 80s. It's a very 80s movie. Yeah. It's total cheese. They filmed it in SeaWorld in Florida.
SeaWorld?
Yeah. And it's, but like I said,
I don't like SeaWorld.
I know. You and your mother both. I guess we'll never go to SeaWorld.
We're not.
It's much nicer now. They don't hurt the
I don't
animals.
care. I'm an animal lover.
I am too. But,
I don't go to zoos. I don't go to SeaWorld. I don't go. I don't even like aquariums that much.
All right, get off your soapbox, hippie.
Hippie. I'm a lover.
Okay. All right. Moving right along. I love animals too. They're delicious. All right.
Listen, I tried to be vegetarian.
Yeah.
I love bacon and stuff.
Okay. I don't like cruelty to animals either. I'm not a fan of being cruel to animals, and I don't like what SeaWorld did in the past. But I am a fan of second chances, and they no longer have those practices. And
That doesn't mean they don't abuse animals anymore. They still use animals for entertainment, and
okay,
yeah.
We'll agree to disagree. How about that? You want to go over it? Do you want me to go over it?
I can split
Okay,
it.
well, we'll kick it off. So, in New England beach town of Amity Island, a young woman goes for a late-night ocean swim. An unseen force attacks and pulls her underwater. Her partial remains are found washed up on the beach the next morning. And like I said
that
before,
scene is
so
scary. Yes.
You can't even see the monster.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what makes it so scary, because you're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what just happened? Like,
Yeah.
And you have no idea. And it's just like
the way they got her just yanked, and then down. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So after the coroner concludes it was a shark attack, Amity Police Chief Martin Brody plans to close the beaches. However, the real villain of this movie, Mayor Larry Vaughn, although we probably should have done his too, but whatever. He persuades him to reconsider, fearing the town's summer economy will suffer.
So, I mean, as much as I do blame the mayor, the sheriff does have fault. He's the sheriff. He can make his own decisions ultimately, and he decides to listen to the mayor. So, yeah. Like,
I think they have a council meeting. They vote on it. I don't think he does get to decide.
I think he does eventually after the second one. He does.
Okay.
And he decides to keep it open.
Okay. So the coroner, apparently under pressure, now concurs with the mayor's theory that it was a boating accident. Brody reluctantly accepts their conclusion. Okay, so yes, in this instance, he does back down a little bit, but only because the coroner changed his tune. Although, but you're right. But I think he knew in his heart
he knows it was a shark attack,
and
he knows the coroner is being peer pressured.
And he shouldn't have cowed down. Yeah, you're right. Then they do have a council meeting about it, but right at the end of that, he could have put his foot down and said, "No, we're closing the beaches." All right. So yeah, I guess
I do think he's at fault. Now I understand.
Just partial.
I understand he has his pressure or whatever. Yeah. But ultimately he is semi-responsible for the death of
the boy.
All
right.
And which is why I think makes the other scene we'll talk about.
Brody reluctantly accepts her conclusion until young Alex Kittner is killed at a crowded beach.
And this is a part that I really didn't enjoy. Like I said, I'm such a sentimental person, and I think it's very controversial to have a child die on screen. I don't like it. I think it's very real. It doesn't matter. It hurts my feelings. It's sad.
When we came out of the theaters, you were so disturbed, and it's a disturbing scene for sure. And I said, so you're like, I'm going to give it a C+ if you're lucky. I'm like, what? You're joking, right? And I said, was it not scary? She's like, no, it was scary. I'm like, did the shark not seem real? She's like, no, it seemed pretty real. It was good special effects. I'm like, okay, so it did what it was supposed to. Like, was he acting bad? No, the acting was good. I'm like, all right, so it's like checking all the boxes. What's your problem? And you were like, ultimately, you were just so disturbed about
I just think
the scene where the boy got killed.
Right. I just think it wasn't the right kind of scared. I feel like I was more sad, and I didn't want to feel like that. That was not a good experience. It wasn't
supposed to be.
But no, I think being scared should be fun, and I didn't like that. I was like, it kind of left a sour taste in my mouth.
It's rough. And they don't even show it really. They just show him on the raft, and then you just see a real quick silhouette almost of the shark coming over the raft. And then they pan to Brody, and then they pan back, and you just see
I think what makes it so
the bubbling of blood.
I think what makes it so much more sad is the scene afterwards.
Yeah, the mother
yelling
for him.
Because I felt I felt
Yeah.
her so much.
Yeah.
I really got so sad when she talked about her son dying.
But it's
It
doing what
didn't
it's supposed to. It wants to
it
evoke.
didn't scare me. It made me
No,
sad.
it's not supposed to scare you. That part's supposed to evoke sadness. It's supposed to evoke emotions from you. It's not just a straight up scary movie. It's like a drama, and it wants you to be sad. It wants you to be horrified. It wants you to feel what you felt. That's the point of it. Just like I hate those tearjerker movies that your mother and my mother love, like Terms of Endearment and
Yeah.
like
No, I
they're
didn't like
meant
it.
to make you feel
I
horrible and
think
sad,
it
and that's
was
why I
a
don't
little
like them.
disturbing.
You're supposed to be disturbed. It's a disturbing scene, and
I
it's
didn't
meant.
like
It's
it. I
meant
think
to.
it would have been better if somebody else had died, like the
Yeah.
woman.
So yeah, those first two scenes are pretty rough, and they don't even barely show they barely show like a quick silhouette of the
And
shark coming over.
yeah, I don't know.
But I will agree with you. From there on out, okay, you did one scene with no shark, great, it was scary, mission accomplished. You did another
Right.
scene with just a quick hint of the shark, also scary, also disturbing.
Now I should have
But
felt
now
a lot
let's
more shark.
see some more shark, and I agree with you there, and that's why it's on an A+ for me.
Let's see some attack. Let's see some violence. I want to see I didn't get that.
And that's why it's on an A+ for me.
Yeah.
I want more shark. I agree. Okay.
Yeah.
So the $3,000 reward or bounty is placed on the shark, causing an amateur shark hunting frenzy. And I put a little note here. His mom slaps the wrong guy. It should be the mayor. And you disagree. She should.
Ultimately, I think it is on the sheriff. He wanted to be the guy that, I guess he wanted to seem. How do I say? He listened to the mayor when he didn't. He had the power to close the beaches. He knew in his heart, he knew what was the right thing to do, and he didn't do it. And ultimately, he was responsible.
That's fair.
For the boy's death.
That's fair.
So, well, I do think the mayor should have gotten heat. They should have known that it was like he told him to do it. It's the sheriff's fault.
Okay. Point taken. So Quint, an eccentric local shark hunter. Sorry. Offers his services, but for $10,000.
Did you just buy that recently?
Yeah.
Buying so many shirts for the podcast.
I don't care. It's fun.
You like dressing up?
Yeah, I do. And I had so many awesome novelty shirts that I donated to the Salvation Army before we made the decision, because we hadn't decided to do this. My Get to the Chopper shirt that Uncle Big Mac got me.
You donated that?
Yeah, it was a bunch of old. I needed to make room in my rack. I had a bunch of old novelty shirts.
That's true.
And now I wish I had kept them. Oh well.
Yeah.
I had an Indiana Jones shirt I donated.
Did you donate the one that I gave you?
No. That one is my favorite. I will keep that forever.
Good.
With Andy discovering Han Solo's body in kryptonite. No, I love that shirt.
Okay,
so
good.
Much. Okay. All right. Anyway, $10,000. Consulting oceanographer Matt Hooper, played by the excellent.
You forgot his name.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard, yeah.
Examines the girl's remains, confirming that she was killed by an unusually large shark. When local fishermen catch a tiger shark, Vaughn declares the beach is safe. A skeptical Hooper dissects the shark and, finding no human remains inside its stomach, concludes that the killer shark is still active. While searching the night waters in Hooper's boat, Hooper and Brody find the half-sunken boat of Ben Gardner and a local fisherman.
That was a pretty good scene, actually.
Yeah, Hooper dons a scuba suit and goes underwater to check the boat's hull and finds a large shark tooth embedded in it. He drops the tooth after encountering Gardner's severed head. That was scary.
That was the right kind of scary.
Yeah.
I liked...
That was a jump scare.
I was like, ugh.
Yeah, that was a good jump scare, for sure. Vaughn dismisses Brody and Hooper's assertion that the great white shark caused the deaths and refuses to close the beaches, allowing only increased safety precautions.
That time, it wasn't the sheriff. It was the mayor.
For sure. So on the 4th of July weekend, tourists pack the beaches. The shark enters a nearby lagoon, killing a boater and nearly killing Brody's son, Michael.
That boat was so where was the shark?
Yeah, I even wrote, give me more shark, maybe kill two.
Yeah.
At this point, we're at the third kill. let's see some more shark. Let's
Right.
see some gore.
And I did like
you
the
know.
fact that like they kind of like teased us. They made us think it was gonna happen in the ocean, and then it happened in the little lagoon. You
Yeah.
know, where it was like the
Yeah.
scare, and then the girl was like, "Look, the shark is in the lagoon."
Yeah.
And like nobody really like paid attention, and then
Yeah.
I like that. That was okay.
For sure.
Yeah, but yeah, why didn't we see the shark during the third kill? It was
No,
the
I
third
agree.
kill.
Yeah.
I mean,
More shark. We barely see the shark for just like a second.
yeah, it's kind of a tease.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
really.
like that. So Brody's son Michael, he's hospitalized for shock.
I thought that was so like dramatic.
Yeah.
He was so scared.
Yeah. Brody then convinces a guilt-ridden Vaughn to hire Quint. You want to kick it off from there?
So this is the kind of the part of the movie where I'm like I got bored. Really,
I didn't. I think it's great acting,
like
great dialogue. I enjoyed
the second half of the movie went on for a lot longer than it should have. I felt like this whole search was so boring, and maybe it was the fact that I couldn't understand Quint, or I just think it went on for too long. The whole thing with the barrels. Are you gonna let our dog in?
Yeah. Come on,
The
little
whole
boy.
thing with the barrels, it was okay. It just went on for too long. It was.
Come on. No? All right.
But anyways, despite initial tension between Quint and Hooper and Brody's fear of the ocean, the three head out to sea on Quint's boat, the Orca, to hunt for the shark. As Brody lays down a chum line, the shark suddenly appears behind the boat. Quint, estimating it is 25 feet and long and weighs 3 tons. Tons?
Tons.
Okay. He harpoons it with a line attached to a flotation barrel, but the shark pulls it underwater and disappears.
That's a strong shark.
So I think the barrel was cool, like the idea of the barrel. The first time they did it, I was like, okay, cool. It went on for too long. It was like 3 barrels in. I was bored. It was so.
Yeah, it was a nice way to say, hey, the shark's here.
Yeah.
You know it's here because you can see the barrels. Because no, show me a shark. Show me the shark on the top of the water at least. You know, with the fin.
The fin
coming at. I mean, show me more shark.
Yeah, really. Yeah. You wrote a note here. You want to read it?
Sure. I appreciate when Brody asks. Oh yeah. So the whole time Quint is just breaking Hooper's. You know what's he's just giving him a hard time because he's like a bookworm kind of guy and he's college educated and you could tell
Quint is very opposite.
Quint's very opposite and he's really not getting along with Hooper at all.
Yeah.
However, even though he's getting along with the sheriff pretty well,
right,
he does show Hooper some respect in this scene.
Right, because he acknowledges
he tells the sheriff to go chum
because
the waters
that's
again.
his job.
And the sheriff is like, again? Like, why don't you let Hooper take a turn? And so I appreciate when Brody asks Quint to have Hooper take a turn chumming, and Quint offers Hooper some respect, despite they're not getting along, saying, Hooper can drive the boat.
Right.
Basically saying, Hooper's got skills. He can drive the boat.
He respects his skills.
You got no fishing skills. Right. You got to do the chum work. The grunt work, basically. Like that too. Yeah, that was cool.
I think that, for the second half of the movie, all of the jump scares with the shark popping out, I appreciated.
Yeah.
Why gave me more? I wanted to see it.
I agree.
Where they're like throwing out chum and the shark pops up.
Yeah.
So good. So scary.
I agree with you, but not enough to go down to B-. It's only, for me, it's just enough to go from an A+ to an A. For me, that's just because I think but you don't appreciate the great acting and dialogue in the second half of the movie and the relationship these three men have with each other. I do appreciate it. I didn't as a child, but I appreciate it now.
Number one, I couldn't understand a lot of it. Okay. Number two, I felt like it just went on for so long.
Okay.
It was so much. That time could have been used for shark, you know. At nightfall, Quint and Hooper drunkenly exchange stories about their assorted body scars. One of Quint's is a removed tattoo. He reveals that during World War II, he survived the sinking of the USS Indianapolis, during which sharks killed many U.S. sailors. The shark returns, ramming the boat's hulls and disabling the power. The men work through the night, repairing the engine. In the morning, Brody attempts to call the Coast Guard, but Quint, obsessed with killing the shark with outside assistance, without outside assistance, smashes the radio.
Yeah, not cool.
I was pissed off
You're
about.
supposed to be pissed. I was pissed too. You're like, dude, now your ego's getting in the way.
Yeah.
Or your greed.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Probably
expect
more
that
greed
from
than
Quint.
ego. Yeah.
I didn't expect that from him.
Yeah. I like this. I mean, like I said, he's a very complicated character. He is
Yeah.
my favorite character, and I do think Robert Shaw is a fine actor, despite his drinking problem that he apparently has. He's great. He's a very talented actor.
Yeah. He's okay. Maybe if I could understand him, I like him better. After a long chase, Quint harpoons the shark with another barrel. The line is tied to the stern cleats, but the shark drags the boat backward, swamping the deck and flooding the engine compartment. As Quint is about to sever the line to save the boat's transom, the cleat breaks off. The barrels stay attached to the shark. To Brody's relief, Quint speeds the orca toward shore to draw the shark into shallower waters, but the damaged engine fails. Yeah. So at this point, it is a pretty good.
It starts getting exciting. Yeah. Now we get some excitement.
The boat is filling with water. Their engines are not working. I mean, then as the boat takes on water, the trio attempt a riskier approach. This is a pretty good scene, actually.
Yeah.
Hooper suits up and enters a shark-proof cage, intending to lethally inject the shark with strychnine. I think that's how you say it. Strychnine.
Yeah.
Okay. Via a hypodermic spear. The shark attacks the cage, causing Hooper to drop the spear. While the shark destroys the cage, Hooper escapes to the ocean bottom. The shark leaps onto the boat's stern, subsequently devouring Quint.
This part is so cool. The shark.
Wow.
And listen, if you thought it was like not real, no, sharks can leap into the air from the water. So,
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. So
that was so shocking.
You got to see.
I was like, wow.
When they show scenes where like they put these like floating, they look like seals.
Uh-huh.
And this is how sharks kill the seals. Seals are swimming on the surface of the water, and they come up and they snatch the seal and jump in the air.
Wow.
But in the videos, it's like a fake seal that they're tricking the shark to grab. And but it's amazing. These great whites are just the whole bodies are midair. I mean, it's nuts. So him leaping up onto the boat is not unrealistic in the least, and it looks great. And I do remember, I remember those memories as a kid. Although in my head, I remember the blood coming out of Quint's mouth was like, but it wasn't quite like that. Not. It was just like, but in my head, I envisioned it as like blood shooting out of his mouth because it was so like, shocking to me. But yeah, it's a great, and I tell you what,
it's good. His acting is pretty good,
and he sells that scene. Yeah. He sells it that he's getting eaten.
He's a pretty good actor.
He's a great actor.
Yeah,
he sells that scene for sure.
Right.
And then, I was just gonna say, so in this, Richard Dreyfuss's character Hooper, he actually swims to safety by onto the.
I think you were telling me in the
book.
He
dies in the book. Yeah. He gets killed in the book. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe that would have been better.
Listen, the fact that he didn't come back for the sequels, kill him. Let's see some more. Let's see some more death.
Yeah. That would have been cool.
Yeah. Let's see some more.
I actually would have liked to see that. The shark. I think
eating them underwater. Like we didn't see any underwater kills.
Yeah, I think the cage attack was pretty cool.
Yeah. But
get him. Why didn't he? Yeah. Why didn't he die?
Let's see an underwater kill.
Right.
Yeah. I know we're so bloodthirsty, right?
Well, I mean, it's a shark movie. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, that's what you're going to see.
Yeah. Trapped on the sinking vessel, Brody thrusts the scuba tank into the shark's mouth, and climbing on to the crow's nest, shoots the tank with a rifle, which was so cool in my opinion. It was the best part of the movie, probably.
Yeah, that was neat. It was neat.
The resulting
Smile, you son of a bleep. Yeah.
The resulting explosion kills the shark. Hooper resurfaces, and he and Brody paddle back to shore, clinging to the remaining barrels. So, I mean, good ending. I think I loved when the shark died. It was a good ending. It was a good way to die. I think it was such a good redemption for, what's his name? Brody.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that he kind of overcame his fear of the
water,
ocean.
Yeah.
But But yeah, I just didn't think that Hooper had to survive. I liked his character. He was a really good actor.
Oh yeah,
but
for sure.
I would have liked to see him that kill. It would have been cool.
Yeah, because it just also just make that shark that much more real and scarier that he, killed 2 out of the 3.
I think it was a little unrealistic, the fact that he escaped. I don't even know how he did it, really.
I guess he just, swam to some rocks underneath and hid behind the rocks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
So there you go. That's Jaws. Is your grade standing at a B minus?
Yeah, I think.
All right.
It's a good movie. I'm not gonna lie. It's good.
Well, I mean, listen, a B minus isn't too shabby.
I just think that I
just think it's shabby for Jaws.
So much more shark. The acting in the second half wasn't bad. It just dragged on for so long, and we have our
This is actually the shark from Finding Nemo.
I could tell. Yeah, because of the smile. Yeah. I just think that the second half, the pacing was a little annoying, and the fact that I couldn't understand Quint, really made it kind of boring for me. And yeah, some of the kills just weren't as good as I wanted.
I love the scene where Quint is talking about when he was in the Navy in World War II, and they torpedo the ship he's on, and all those men are floating in the water.
And the shark is attacking them one by one. It's all right. I just would have liked to understand it more.
It's a great scene. Apparently, it might be in the fun facts, but apparently they shot it a couple times, because the first time they shot it, he got too drunk. Like, he's like, let me have a couple drinks because he's supposed to be a little drunk in the scene, and he got too drunk, and he just messed it up. And then he basically he ran to redeem himself, and they let him shoot it again. Yeah. So speaking of that, do you want to get to the fun facts?
Fun facts?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Fun facts.
All right. So I'll kick it off. Okay.
Sure. Well, this one's gonna be a little shorter than usual, although last week's was a little longer than usual.
Yeah.
It was Star Wars,
we
went
like
an hour and a half on that one.
Right. Almost.
So yeah. So this one we'll probably keep it to about an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
When composer John Williams, who might I say is fantastic, he also did Star Wars last week.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I love him. He's so good, and
he's the GOAT.
He did great. I think the music in this movie really helped with the attacks. So good. John Williams is amazing. I just saw a video on Instagram of some kids playing the Star Wars theme in front of his house. It was really cute.
Nice.
Yeah. When composer John Williams originally played his score for director Steven Spielberg, Spielberg laughed and said, "That's funny, John, really. But what did you really have in mind for the theme of Jaws?" Spielberg later stated that without Williams' score, the movie would have only been half as successful, and according to Williams, it jump-started his career. Which, yeah, it did. Yeah. He did Star Wars after this, and what else has he done?
Indiana Jones.
Indy, right?
Yeah. Let's go over John Williams' filmography. Yeah, let's go over that, because he really does deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great impact in this movie, and Star Wars and Indiana Jones. The music in all of those is so good. He's such a great composer. I think it really helps the movie. Your feelings, emotions. It helps with the suspense, the attacks. It makes it so much more heart gut wrenching. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I'm in the wrong place here, because he does all kinds of music apparently.
I guess so.
Yeah. Okay, film and television scoring. Here we go. List of compositions by John Williams. Okay. Let's go over some of the amazing things he has done, starting with the 70s. We will...
Wait, go back.
Yeah.
He did Fiddler on the Roof. You wouldn't know that, but I know that.
I know of it. The Poseidon Adventure, I know of that as well. But yeah, you're right. I don't know.
I love Fiddler on the Roof.
I know, theater kid. Here we go. Jaws.
Okay.
I'm not making fun of it. I was kind of a theater kid.
Star Wars.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. The Fury. Jaws 2. Superman. That's right. He did Superman. Yeah. Dracula 1941.
Oh, okay.
All right, we were just talking about that. The Empire Strikes Back.
Of course.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
just hit after hit after hit.
E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
Love it.
We'll get to that
So
next year for
good.
sure. Return of the Jedi, Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, Space Camp, The Witches of Eastwick.
Okay, I've heard of that. It's actually
Yeah,
really
I
good.
just watched that again because I hadn't seen it probably since the 80s, and I watched it a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago.
Huh?
It doesn't hold up.
Really?
It's okay.
Okay.
It's just, Jack Nicholson's great because he's great and everything, but And I like Michelle Pfeiffer a lot because I think she's just so beautiful, but she has the least to do of all three women in the movie, and I think Cher is overrated as an actress.
I'll have to
She's a
rewatch
wonderful singer, but anyway, all the Superman movies, all the indie movies, Born on the 4th of July, always going to the 90s. He did Home
that.
Alone,
Oh, great.
Hook, JFK, Far and Away, Jurassic Park,
Wow.
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List.
Yeah,
Wow.
come on.
Sabrina. That's a good
Yeah,
movie. I don't know if
Nixon,
you've seen it.
Sleepers, Rosewood, all the Jurassic Park movies, 7 Years
Yeah.
in Tibet, Amistad, Saving Private Ryan. I mean, he's
And another
amazing.
Star Wars.
Yeah, 2000s, he did The Patriot,
Uh-huh.
AI.
Harry Potter.
Hey,
Ah, I love Harry
wow,
Potter.
he does Harry Potter as
Of
well.
course he does.
Minority
Oh, this is
Report,
so
all the
good.
Harry Potter movies, Catch Me If You Can, The Terminal, man, War of the Worlds. God, he is the GOAT. He
He's
really is
so good.
the
John Williams,
GOAT.
we have so much love for you. You
We
are
do.
just incredible. I'm such a big Star Wars fan, Harry Potter fan. I'm such a big indie fan. And the fact that you compose all of them, I have so much love and respect for you. Genuinely
Yeah.
incredible. I love you.
Ditto. 100%. He's
Love
great.
you.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Keep going with the trivia.
According to Steven Spielberg, the prop arm looked too fake in the scene where Chrissy's remains are discovered. So instead, they buried a female crew member in a sand with only her arm exposed. Actually, really smart.
Yeah.
According to writer Carl I'm going to mess this up, Gottlieb, and Roy Schneider ad-libbed the line, "You're going to need a bigger boat."
Great line.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Director Steven Spielberg said that when he first read the novel, he found himself rooting for the shark because the human characters were so unlikable. Honestly, sometimes same. Yeah, I wanted to see more shark.
Okay.
Over 67 million people in the U.S. wanted to see this film when it was initially released in 1975. Just under a third of the country's total population.
I was just going to say, it's about a
making
third
it
of the
the
country.
first summer blockbuster, just like you said.
Yeah.
Oh, you printed double side.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh, you know why?
Why?
Never mind.
Why?
I printed it at work.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
This is long. You want to read it?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Though respected as an actor, Robert Shaw's trouble with alcohol was a frequent source of tension during filming. In later interviews, Roy Schneider described his co-star as a perfect gentleman whenever he was sober. All he needed was one drink, and then he turned into a competitive son of a... According to Carl
Dad,
Gottlieb's
I
book...
have to bleep you out.
No, you can say that. I mean, I don't say it often, but it's not going to like...
I have to bleep it.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Are you able to bleep? We've never had to do that before. You know how to do it?
I know how to do it.
Okay. Sorry. His book, The Jaws Log, Shaw was having a drink between takes and announced, "I wish I could quit drinking." To the surprise and horror of the crew, Richard Dreyfuss grabbed Shaw's glass and tossed it in the ocean, much to Shaw's chagrin. Shaw allegedly bullied Dreyfuss for the rest of the shoot, offering him $1,000 to climb the 70-foot mast and jump into the ocean, calling Dreyfuss a coward whenever he refused. On one day, Shaw sprayed him with a fire hose, causing an enraged Dreyfuss to storm off, saying, "That's it. I don't want to work with you anymore. Go bleep yourself."
Wow.
When it came time to shoot the famous USS Indianapolis scene, Shaw attempted to do the monologue while intoxicated, as it called for the men to be drinking late at night. Nothing in the take could be used. A remorseful Shaw called Steven Spielberg later that night and asked if he could have another try. The next day of shooting, Shaw's electrifying performance was done in one take. You know, just on a side note, and I'm never scared to tell people this, I'm a recovered drunk myself. Been sober.
How many years now?
Well, February 8th will be 18 years. So yes,
that's incredible.
17 years and 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. I can't remember. But yeah, no, I get it. And, you know, I used to be like, oh, when I'm not drunk, I'm a great guy. Well, that doesn't change the fact that when you are drunk, you're, I mean, son of a
terrible.
bleep. Yeah. So I know you were not even born.
I never knew you as a drunk.
No, I waited.
Thank God, you know. Thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Bettering yourself before becoming a father.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew what I was. My father is also recovered God bless him. He just hit 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah, he's an amazing
Yeah.
man. And
Breaking cycles, really.
he did. Yeah,
Yeah.
his father died of alcoholism. His father before him. I come from a long line of Irish drunks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my father broke
The
the
stereotype,
he broke it, and God bless him for it. And I had him as a example, and I also quit. Well, I guess I went up them because I broke it before I had kids.
Yeah.
And so they never had to suffer.
Yeah.
But so I get it. I empathize with Shaw in a big way.
Right. I think it's very easy to judge quickly,
Yeah.
but you won't know until you've actually experienced. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank God, and thank God's tool AA for helping so many of us get sober.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, go ahead, keep reading.
Okay, will do. All right. Robert Shaw and Richard Dreyfuss could not stand each other, and the two argued all the time, while resulting in some good tension between Hooper and Quint. Dreyfuss later refuted that the two hated each other and said that they only had one major disagreement on set when Shaw pranked him by shooting Dreyfuss in the face with a fire hose.
Right,
Yeah, he was pretty pissed about that.
That was mean.
Yeah, it was. However, they later amended their differences. Dreyfuss later described Shaw as, "He was the largest personality I have ever met on this earth." He further elaborated that while filming Jaws, Shaw invited Dreyfuss to act with him on stage, telling Dreyfuss, "I'll play Claudius to your Hamlet if you play the fool to my Lear." Dreyfuss was flat. I almost got a little choked up reading that. Dreyfuss was flattered and agreed to do it, but only after 10 years had passed, so that his acting skills could be closer to that of Shaw.
That's actually cute.
Very, very sweet, for sure. Shaw agreed, but his tragic death only a few years later prevented this from happening. Yeah. You want to keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll hold the turkey.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? This character in Finding Nemo, his name is Bruce. Do you know why his name is Bruce?
No.
That was the name they gave the mechanical shark in Jaws.
Oh, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
That's so I knew the Nemo's name was Bruce.
Yeah.
Jaws opened on June 20th in 1975, the summer blockbuster. It was supposed to be released in theaters for Christmas in 1974, but because filming ran way over the shooting schedule, its release was pushed back to the summer of the following year. Back in 1975, summer was traditionally when the worst movies were dumped into theaters, as Americans typically enjoyed the outdoors instead. But the film was so good, beachgoers actually flocked to see it, and the movie became the highest-grossing film of all time at that point. It became the first film to gross over $100 million in theatrical rentals, which is a figure the studio nets from the North American box office after the movie theaters take their cut, roughly half the box office gross. And thus, the summer blockbuster was born.
Can you guess which movie knocked it off its perch as the highest grossing film?
Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so good.
I think George Lucas even sent... Oh no, Spielberg sent something to George Lucas, it was some kind of a little present saying congratulations,
Right. Well, yeah. I think Spielberg actually helped George Lucas. He gave him John Williams.
Yeah. They were buddies.
Yeah.
They were. In fact, when Star Wars opened that week, the weekend Star Wars opened, this is not in there. The two of them went on vacation together, and they were in Hawaii, chilling in Hawaii.
Uh-huh.
And the weekend Star Wars opened, and
do you know if Spielberg was one of the directors who originally watched Star Wars before it came out? Because I remember George Lucas had a large group of filmmakers.
Yes, he was.
Yes, I figured.
And so they were chilling together in Hawaii, and that is when Lucas said to Spielberg, "Hey, I've got this great idea about doing a movie." Kind of based similar to all those adventure serials we used to see in the theaters as a kid, and make him an adventure archaeologist guy. And I would love it if I wrote it and you directed it. I think we'd make a great team. And lo and behold, the greatest movie series of all time. Well, okay,
agree
scratch
to
that.
disagree.
The greatest movie character of all time.
I can
was born.
Get behind that. Yeah.
Maybe one of the greatest movie trilogies. One of the greatest movie trilogies. Lord of the Rings is also pretty close.
I don't like Lord of the Rings. But
yeah,
that's
okay.
another.
Nobody's perfect. So, but the greatest movie character of all time was born that day. Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
ahead.
Indiana Jones is great.
Mhm.
So two amazing filmmakers
Yeah.
combining together and made
Oh, yeah.
amazing films.
Making magic. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, Bruce the shark only had 4 minutes of screen time, and genuinely for like a 2-hour long movie, that is insane.
Yeah.
That's not enough at all.
We agree on that for sure.
The scene where the head pops out from the hull of the boat was not originally scripted. Director Steven Spielberg said he got greedy after he saw the preview audience's reaction to the scene where the shark jumps out behind Brody's head and wanted one more scare. I mean, there should have been a lot more scares, but Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts was used as Amity Island primarily because even 12 miles out to sea, the sandy bottom was only 30 feet down, allowing the mechanical shark to function. Residents were paid $64 to scream and run across the beach as extras, which is pretty cool to use like the residents.
Yeah, I agree.
Director Steven Spielberg named the shark Bruce after his lawyer.
Poor lawyers, they always get such a bad rap,
Yeah.
right? That's funny though.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. Does it go this way?
Yeah.
Okay. So originally, Steven Spielberg was not the director of Jaws. The first director, Dick Richards, was fired after a meeting with producers and studio executives. In the meeting, he said that his opening shot would have the camera come out of the water to show the town. Then the whale, instead of shark, would come out of the water. The producer said that they were not making Moby Dick, and they would not work with someone who did not know the difference between a whale and a shark.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that happened because
Wouldn't have been.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg's the man.
Yeah.
Roy Scheider stated in an interview that the scene where Lee Fierro, Mrs. Kittner, smacks him in the face, she was actually hitting him. Apparently, the actress could not fake a slap, and so the 17 takes were some of the most painful of Scheider's whole career. Also, Miss Fierro stated in several interviews that in one of the takes, when she slapped Roy Scheider, his glasses fell off. Oh, this. Director Steven Spielberg's biggest fear, other than the appearance/performance of the mechanical shark, was that cameras would catch sight of land. The reason Spielberg did not want land to be seen was because he thought the audience could envision the characters having the option of just running back to shore when in danger. He wanted to isolate the audience as much as the characters.
Good tactic. When a Midwestern audience were shown an early cut of the film, they were so shocked by the pop-up scare that occurs when the great white shark breaches the surface of the water as Brody chums off the bow of the boat that the reactions drowned out his iconic comment, "You're gonna need a bigger boat." After reviewing their taping of the moment, the filmmakers extended the sequence, adding another 10.6 meters of film to give the audience enough time to recover the much-needed moment of comic relief provided by Brody's line, which I think was a good idea because it's a good line.
Yeah, it is a good line.
Yeah. Most of the film was shot handheld to best counter the ocean's swell. Like the movement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
3 mechanical Bruces were made, each with specialized functions. One shark was open on the right side, one was open on the left side, and the third was fully skinned. Each shark cost approximately $250,000. It's crazy. I don't know.
Especially in 1974 money. Yeah, when they were doing it. I don't know. Go ahead and keep reading and I'll tell you in a second.
Brody's dog in the movie was actually Steven Spielberg's real dog, Elmer.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So the movie had a budget of $9 million, but it made at the box office $495 million. Wow. So let's see what
So they spent almost $1 whole million of their money on the sharks.
Yeah, $750,000. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, although director Steven Spielberg considered Charlton Heston for the role of Brody, the main reason Spielberg decided against casting Heston was because of his heroic roles in the current spate of movies, specifically Earthquake, which was nearing the end of filming during casting, with Heston also under consideration for the starring role in Airport as a heroic pilot who lands a crippled Boeing 747. Spielberg reasoned that if Heston would have been cast, it signifies to the audience that the shark has virtually no chance against this larger-than-life hero.
Yeah, Moses versus Great White Shark.
Right.
97% fresh rating from
Yeah.
critics and 91% audience score.
Hmm.
So
That's a
I
lot.
think your B- is a little in the minority.
I stand by it. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. There were two 300-pound weights attached to Susan Backlini
Mm-hmm.
that were being tugged by two groups of crewmen on shore. One group would pull right and the other would pull left. It took 3 days to film that sequence. So they actually pulled her?
Yeah, I think she actually broke some ribs. I think at one time they pulled at the same time and they like broke some of her ribs. So they said some of those scenes where she's in anguish. She's really in anguish. They injured her.
Terrible.
Yeah, poor girl.
Yeah.
But she's great. She's
Yeah,
great now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Quint's boat is named Orca.
Yeah.
Being a shark hunter by profession, Quint knows that orcas, or killer whales, are the only known predator of the great white.
Oh yeah.
Which I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah,
I thought the great white has no predators.
Orcas are called the killer sharks for a reason.
Killer whales.
Killer whales, rather. Yeah, they eat sharks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're.
There should be an orca movie.
There is.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like in the 70s.
Oh.
There was a killer.
Yeah, but orcas are terrible.
Wasn't as good as Jaws, but yeah.
SeaWorld thought,
Mm-hmm.
let's make that our performer.
Yeah. Let's see. Go ahead and read one more.
In the actual Jersey Beach shark attacks of 1916, which Brody and Hooper mention in the film, the sequence of attacks is similar to that of the film. A swimmer in the surf, a dog, a boy, and the leg of a man in tidal slow.
Okay, so 1977. So clearly they're trying to monetize off the success of Jaws. Orca, the killer whale, has a 10% fresh rating from critics and 33% from audiences. A shark hunter, played by Richard Harris, a marine biologist, oh my goodness, come on, and an Indian face a vengeful killer whale. So you got the shark hunter, Quint, you got the marine biologist, Hooper, and then instead of Brody, you have an
what?
Yeah, I remember the movie being on cable when I was a kid, but I had no idea it was so terrible. Okay.
Director Steven Spielberg shot roughly 25% of the film from water level to provide the viewers a perspective as if they were treading water.
Okay. All right. Is that it? Or we have a few more?
You can do a couple more. Yeah, we have a little time. So.
All right.
Just a couple more to wrap up.
Sure.
And then we'll be done.
Okay. The average summer tourist population of Martha's Vineyard before the film was released was approximately 5,000 people. After it came out, the population skyrocketed to 15,000. Despite reports to the contrary, Bruce was actually tested in water before it arrived at Martha's Vineyard and worked perfectly. However, the tests were done in the non-saltwater tanks at Universal Studios. Once it was placed in actual ocean water, the salt wreaked havoc on the shark's controls.
Yeah, which is why one of the reasons why the shark is not in it.
We read that one. Well, I already said that one, but yeah. The novel and film have been criticized for misrepresenting sharks, while in reality rarely attack humans. They're not vengeful as portrayed. Yeah. Well, I don't think he's portrayed as vengeful in this one. In the other movies, they try to make it like.
I do think sharks get a bad rep. Really, they're predators. You know, they kill what they see, and if they see a human, they might kill it. But it is rare, and they're scary.
And honestly, most shark attacks on humans, they don't wind up in death. They wind up in injury because as soon as they take a bite, they know this is not what I'm.
This tastes gross.
Yeah, this
basically.
This is not a seal or whatever or a fish. Yeah, so they usually just take one bite and leave. Unlike a gator or a croc, who are just gonna kill you. They're gonna drag you down to the bottom and roll you around and kill you because they're vicious. Well, we live in South Florida.
Yeah.
We know about the Gators.
Yeah.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
She wants to go to UF.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was Jaws. We hope you enjoyed it, and we want to let you know what next week's movie, scary, spooky movie, is going to be.
Continuing with our October theme.
It's going to be Sharpen Your Fangs, guys.
Yeah.
Because we're going to do The Lost Boys.
Yeah. So this is a vampire movie.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Starring Kiefer Sutherland. Jason Patrick, and the two Corys, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
Watch Corey Feldman on Dancing with the Stars. Yeah.
Is he on there?
Yes,
Oh,
he is.
Goodness.
Yeah,
All
good
right.
season.
Well, good luck, Corey. All right,
Good luck.
guys. This has been Rewind Gen X Podcast with Matt and Allie. I'm Matt.
And I'm Allie. God
God
bless.
bless.